Good morning, children. This is the second video of Unit 19 from your IXL book. Topic is speed. I'm going to go on to the second question, quite similar to the one we went through just now. So I'm going to straight away zoom on to your second question, which is here. Right. Let's look at the question. A motorist set off on a 400-kilometer journey at 8:30. Now this one is actually the 24-hour clock format. This means it's 8:30 a.m. Right. He drove at a speed of 70 kilometers per hour. Let's highlight this. For the first 2.5 hours. Right. I'm going to move on very quickly because we know we have speed, we have time using our distance, speed, time relationship. I have speed and time. I'm going to find the distance he traveled for the first 2.5 hours. Now always do take note of the units. The units must be the same. The distance for the first 2.5 hours would be the speed times by time. That will be, the speed is 70 kilometers per hour times, we have 2.5 hours. So 2.5 hours, so I'm going to copy this. You all have to write down. Two and a half. You don't have to change the hours because your speed is given in kilometers per hour. Unless it's in minutes, you might need to change, so be careful, okay? Now this one, 70 times 2.5, this will be giving you a value of 175 kilometers. So the motorist for the first 2.5 hours managed to travel a distance of 175 kilometers. Right. For the rest of the journey, just like what we did previously, for the rest of the journey, let's go and find out the distance for the rest of the journey. Total distance is 400 kilometers. I take 400 minus 175. Now what does that give me? It should give me 225 kilometers. For the rest of the journey, we know the distance is 225 kilometers. Now what is the speed that he traveled? He drove at a speed of 90 kilometers per hour. So we can go and find the time. So the time here is distance divided by speed. So how long did he take? Time for rest of journey will be, again take 225. Okay, we're gonna divide by 90 kilometers per hour. So what does this give you? This will give you 2.5 hours again. So, time for the rest of the journey is 2.5 hours. Time taken for the first part of the journey is also 2.5 hours. So, what is the total time taken? Total time will be, take 2.5 hours that he took for the first half plus another 2.5 hours. In total, the motorist drove for 5 hours. Now the question is not asking you for duration. Now you check the last part of the question, at what time. Now what does this mean? At what time did he complete his journey? They are asking you for the time. He started at 8:30. At what time did he complete? Take note of this word at. When you see this word at, you got to use a timeline. So we're going to use the timeline. So I'm going to draw a timeline. So I'm going to use a timeline. So give me some time. I need to draw the timeline properly. Okay, I'm going to draw a timeline. I'm not going to make the same mistake again. Okay, so I'm going to insert another shape. So I'm going to draw a timeline. So at what time did he start? He started at 8:30. What will be 5 hours after 8:30? 5 hours after 8:30 will be, if you count slowly, you get 13:30, and this will be this timing will be, so I'm going to write down here. So from here to here, it took 5 hours. Let me draw this properly. Thank you for your patience. It takes time to type, so I know you're wonderful children. Yes, it goes to show that it took 5 hours, and this 13:30 will therefore be your answer. He would have completed his journey at 1:30. So this is the critical part. I know we would have been able to find these 5 hours, but we need to use the timeline to know that from 8:30, 5 hours later will be 13:30. So it is at this time that he completed his journey. Quite similar to the first question, but it's just that you have one more extra step where you need to actually go and use your timeline to find out at what time he completed his journey. The steps are pretty much similar. Take a look. We always use this distance, speed, time pyramid, and we always make use of these three equations. Again, I hope this video helped. Please rewind the video and learn at your own pace. Thank you.